What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Detroit Tech, our bi-weekly tech review show, where we talk about basically just tech news happened in the last week or so. Let's jump into it. We've got a few different topics. We'll go over a couple things here. One, Pixel 2 Visual Core. There's a little bit of news about that. Android finally has a new messaging app that will completely replace iMessage. I may be overselling that.
It's like seventh messaging app or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, in the last year. SpaceX did some sweet stuff. Intel is doing a couple of sweet things with some smart glasses and drones. And Apple launched the HomePod. So that's if you can hear that, that's my refrigerator. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's get a couple quick hits here. Pixel 2 Visual Core. So we've talked about this a couple times. Pixel 2 XL and Pixel 2 has a entirely separate. They're not calling it graphics. It's an IPU image processing unit. I think that's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Visual core. They are enabling that in an update. I don't know if it was 8.1, which I don't remember what it was. But the big news is it has nothing to do with anything I use.
Which is...
Well, that may not be true. If it works with Instagram,
disappointing.
They're saying it works with Instagram. So I do some Instagram. But it basically works with it's basically for Snapchat. Why?
Well, it's for other apps.
Well, it's for other apps because Google and the Android team worked on their camera apps so well that they don't need extra efficiency. The thing that's interesting, which I didn't know this until Marquez did his video, you should check that out. It's kind of fun. Dear Snapchat. Snapchat on Android just took a screen cap of it took a screen cap. It didn't actually take a pic. It didn't use the camera.
Basically. The camera would be, presenting the image on your phone screen, like the preview image, and it would actually just screen crap the screen, which is way, way, way worse quality than what's actually going to be stored from
apparently
the sensor.
People that use Snapchat knew that was really bad.
That was pretty bad. I didn't realize it was
Android.
that bad.
But people that use Snapchat knew it was bad on Android. It was only good on iOS. That's why that was one of the reasons Marquez had an iPhone with him all the time, well as Android, was to literally use Snapchat.
What's a Snapchat?
Get off my lawn.
But seriously, I've never really understood the purpose, but it has its place, I guess.
We're old.
Stories.
We're that. What is it? It's not millennial. It's not Gen X. We're the Gen Xennials or something. I think I heard them call it.
The Oregon Trail generation,
where we have the cynicism
of the Gen Xers.
Of the Gen Xers, but we still know how to use technology.
There you go.
Just not Snapchat.
Yeah.
So there's that one. Really exciting.
I'll be honest, it kind of confuses me. Like, why?
Snapchat?
No, the visual core. Like that, they put this whole other processing unit in.
Well, it doesn't
for
just
other apps to maybe use.
Well, but it's for them to actually use HDR.
I know, but maybe only if they feel like implementing it.
I don't know, man.
I feel like
I want
still not there.
What I want is on my phone.
Still not there.
I broke things. I want on my phone to be able to do sweet stuff because of that visual core.
And I feel like there is still something we're waiting for.
Probably.
For Google to announce.
I honestly think that visual core probably could have done really well with AR stuff.
Yeah. Well, doesn't it do some of that or no?
No, it was turned off at first. It wasn't. It was just there for future use.
Yeah, we had a lot of thoughts about what it could be used for,
and literally everything is still 100% false. Everything we thought it would do, 100% false.
Correct.
So we're 0 for 1.
Anyway,
so let's hear. Android is updating their messaging app, supposedly.
And this is like the SMS messaging.
Yeah, their actual SMS messaging app on the phone. So it's going to be, I think it already is RCS rich communication services.
That's not Hangouts. That's not Allo.
Or Duo.
That's not, what is the other one?
They have another one?
Well, they had Wave, right?
That's so old.
I know, but I'm saying they've had Infinite.
Wave was not a message. That was different. That was a collaboration app. Wave was a collaboration app.
But it did messaging.
I think it was Wave.
Yeah. I think it was Wave.
They had another one that was like a Twitter one too, but I don't remember.
Yeah, they have had so many.
They just kind of do stuff, and if it works, it doesn't. If it works, it works.
It's classic Google. It's classic Google.
They just throw stuff against the wall. Well, but with Wave though, is they took 90% of the technology that was in Wave is in their services now.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, what is this? Google Docs, where like
yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Anyway, so this is, like I said, it's going to replace iMessage. So replace iMessage.
You mean compete with basically iMessage?
Sure, whatever. It's basically a lot of people there have been some studies. I don't have a link to any of it that show that a lot of people with iPhones, half the reason they just stay with iPhone is because they're locked into iMessage.
Oh, I've heard that from a number of people right now.
Like, they don't really care about their phone. They do like some Android phones because they look really cool, but they're so... I think Josiah wasn't he?
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I think
locked in basically because of iMessage?
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah. So it's like... Yeah. So... And Google doesn't have that. You can SMS on your phone. We use Google Hangouts.
I use Google Hangouts with a lot of people.
All the time, but that has nothing to do with the phone number.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about Google Hangouts is I can do it on my computer.
Yeah.
I don't have to pick up my phone when I'm at work. I can just type a quick message and we're good to go. So that's what this new one's going to do. You're going to have, like, what is it? They scan a QR code will come up on the desktop. You scan it with your phone. It'll, like, pair so you can send SMS. SMS, it's RCS, the Rich Communication Services, which then those allow you to, like a comment and, like, heart a comment and, like, all that crap that iMessage does.
I don't know if it's going to have all the ridiculous... I don't know.
But it'll just allows for more of a...
But can I send my message with confetti? Because you can do that on iMessage.
Do you want to?
I've done it because it was funny.
Oh, that's right. You have an iPhone for work.
Yeah. It's more funny, I guess, in a work setting.
Well, we're no longer friends. So, yeah, I'm excited for that to actually happen. I think...
It does sound like, for me...
Like, it'll finally be something
it makes
that I
sense.
want.
Like, it combines SMS and everything else that I was looking for.
Right. What I do wish, also, is that every time somebody... So, if I'm in a group chat...
Wait. Can it talk to, like, iPhones?
I mean, it's an SMS.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
and
is it going to be like iMessage where it just, like, breaks whenever it talks to an Android phone?
If it's the RCS, I think it'll be fine, because I think that's what... So that's the thing. Every time I talk to iMessage, it's an MMS, no matter what.
Right.
On that. And then when I'm in a group text with Android and iPhone users, then every time somebody likes a freaking... Like, haha, that was a funny joke, and they like it, I get another text telling me they liked the text or whatever, which makes me so angry. Why do I need 14 more texts? I also liked it.
I don't need likes.
Like, get off my
messaging apps.
Get off my lawn so much. Get off my lawn so hard. Anyway, that's it with Android. I think
with the messages.
Is that it with Android?
I think so.
That's all of our Android stuff today. In huge news, there is going to be a Tesla Roadster on Mars.
Wow,
that's a false.
There is one in the vicinity of the orbit of Mars.
Anyway, so SpaceX, Elon Musk was crazy again this week. The Falcon 9 Heavy.
I don't think so.
The Falcon 9 Heavy launched, which is just first of all, it's just an epic launcher.
Real big rocket.
Yeah, it's just insane. Real big rocket. The main core landed on the drone ship successfully.
Yeah.
And then the other two boosters landed basically simultaneously.
Dude, it was awesome to watch.
Like on this,
it was really
like they
cool.
were within 2 seconds.
It was really cool.
And you're talking these things that went some 100 miles up in the air or something, and they come down and dude, it's nuts.
No, it's like
that's awesome.
This is what we've been waiting for.
Right, it's the coolest stuff. And then, of course, Elon Musk apparently it was his personal Roadster.
It was his personal Tesla Roadster.
I did not realize that. His personal Tesla Roadster with Starman.
Which was just a
dummy.
A dummy suit of a guy in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Driving the Tesla.
Yeah, driving the Tesla. So that is there is...
They launched that into space.
So they have the fastest car in space.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, not only... So normally for these test launches, they just put some type of heavy metal in there.
Yeah, like a chunk of metal, just
to
whatever.
Prove that it can lift, and it's not a big deal if you lose it.
Yeah.
So it really does make sense to just put a Tesla, and it's been an amazing marketing tool. I'll be honest, it's all over the place.
SpaceX does not market.
Yeah, and this is
they have no. As far as I'm aware, they have no marketing budget.
It's great for both though.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's huge for Tesla, too, because everybody's just talking about there's a Tesla flying around in space.
Right. And the good news is, because of this, they have like 14 GoPros or some cameras, whatever they're using. And like it said, don't panic on the screen. There's a little like red Hot Wheel in it. It was playing, I think it was playing a David Bowie, like, I forget the song name. But like.
It also had all of Isaac Asimov's, come on, the.
Stuff? Journals.
Creation? Not creation. Anyway.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But the good news is, we were finally able to see the turtle that Earth sits on top of.
The foundation. Sorry, trilogy. What? Oh,
yeah. We're finally able to see the turtle that the Flat Earth sits on top of.
Yeah.
So,
formally, we're announcing ourselves as a Flat Earth channel right now.
Oh, dear God.
But no. So, no, it's pretty cool, though. We're not. It looks awesome, and there's been some amazing memes and pictures of the Starman driving his
you know what I need
through space.
I have yet to watch, because I do get on Flat Earth kicks every once in a while, because it is so funny. Like, dude, like the Masons are involved, the Illuminati, the NASA, it's all fake just so NASA has this big budget, and they just keep the money and do all this fake, like, unreal.
To be clear,
I do not believe that at all.
We will not be talking anymore about Flat Earth.
I'm just saying, it's really funny. So I want to see, I have not yet watched a video or seen a video, I should, on Flat Earth people responding to...
Oh, Starman.
And you can see the Earth, the round...
We should make our own.
The ball-shaped Earth behind him.
It's all faked. It's all faked,
but
man.
It looks awesome. It looks phenomenal.
All faked.
And it's really cool.
Anyway, so there was some talk about the Roadster was going to miss Mars and go into the asteroid belt. Apparently, not quite. It's still going to go. It's not going to, hit Mars.
NASA says 250 million miles. It's going to pass by the sun and then go out about 250 million miles, which is in the vicinity of the Mars orbit. I don't know where it's going to stop because
it's supposed to come back.
But how's it? Oh, so that's just the orbit it's going to do then?
And so that's why NASA is now tracking it as a
near Earth object.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So they don't think it's a meteor later.
Yeah. So like, oh my gosh, this is brand new. Oh,
or
it's just that stupid car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, that's that.
Moving
Next is Intel. Well, we'll do the shorter Intel thing first. That's down at the bottom. The Winter Olympics. I don't know if anybody watched the opening ceremonies, which I did not.
I watched a lot of it later.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. But Intel, which I think they did it, you said, in the Beijing Olympics in, what year was that?
A while ago.
8?
And then they also did a bunch
12?
of it in
probably 12.
Super Bowl halftime show, right? No, they didn't do the Beijing Olympics. I was confusing that. That was the Super Bowl halftime show. It was like Katy Perry or whatever.
But that was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so they used 1,200 and some change drones to light up the sky with like the Olympic rings. They did with a snowboarder.
Like going down the mountain. It was pretty cool.
That's really cool
to know. So
that's a lot of drones.
It was pre-recorded. They did not do it during the opening ceremony.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
because they were really concerned about the winter weather and the wind there.
Maybe that's fair. I still think the fact that you can do that with 1,200 drones and have that happen and like the sensing and everything, like that's just really cool.
No, that they can fly really these in such. If you haven't seen it, there's some pretty cool shots of that.
You just YouTube it. You're on YouTube already.
Clearly, like we're entering this world,
just not right now,
in the future where robots will just do everything in these crazy little armies of drone robots. Because that's what it looks like to me. Now they also had a.
That's a lovely thought. Thanks for that.
Right,
crying myself to sleep.
Well, when the robots rise up against us, at least we'll know it was our generation that created them, and we should be proud of that.
It was our fault.
Yeah. Anyway,
cheers.
So they had like 300, I think, drones to actually do something at the stadium, and then they're going to do additional things throughout the games and at the award ceremonies.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so cool.
I'm down. And then the actually longer story. Intel now has a pair of smart glasses that they're developing. I think they're about to sell them to developers. They look basically like thick framed glasses.
They look pretty reasonable.
Like legitimately totally reasonable, especially for hipsters. So they kind of one of the things that they said is that it can't be any social cost, like Google Glass, where it was like this giant chunky thing with like this like.
Hey, I'm recording you.
Yeah, like this big weird. So it looks really cool. It's like it works with normal lenses. They do have to figure out your pupillary distance and everything, but there's a little like a very 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 low power laser that's like in the arm, and it shoots at the like a refractive prism in the lens, which then shoots it into your eye.
Yep.
And so
which
you
has
have
been
this,
done before,
right? But you have this always. Well, I think was it HoloLens? Microsoft stuff does that.
Which makes sense.
Similarly, but so it's always in focus even if you have crappy vision. But it works with like normal glasses, and obviously right now there's not a lot of stuff that it works with. Obviously, but there's going to be. But it sounds like there's like so you there's no microphone. Like you can't talk to it. It can't talk to you. But one of the I mean, I guess you could call it pretty banal, is you can I could yell at Google while I'm cooking and ask for the recipe to something, and then it'll be right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's small things. It's small changes to help you. Right. And it's supposed to be very unobtrusive, where if you're basically just looking forward, you can kind of not even see it. But if you just kind of glance down, you'll see it as basically just floating in front of you.
Yeah, just floating in front of you.
So it'll be tell you your direction to turn right, or it'll tell you if you look at a restaurant what the Yelp reviews are. Or something.
Yeah, and it's basically like a 480 by 150 pixel screen.
Yeah, it was monochrome, right? Just red.
It's red, yeah. So it's just a red laser, and that was one of the things that the guys at Intel actually said, is that it's you can look at these. You look at the restaurant over here and a restaurant over here. And you can look, and it'll tell you which restaurant has better Yelp.
Did we say which?
Basically, AR.
What is his name?
Oh, I don't know. Vaunt. VAUNT.
Yeah. Right now.
I don't know. I don't really have it. I don't really like it, but I don't really dislike it.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
It sounds like Vault, but vaunted. I don't know.
I guess it doesn't. To me, it's not a killer name, but
no. Hopefully, it's a working name though.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of cool. One of the things is, so like I said, they wanted no social cost to wearing them, but it has an accelerometer.
Yeah.
So I can if I'm pretend I'm wearing glasses. Oh, look, I want to read this tweet. Oh, I want to dismiss this tweet or text or something I'm sorry.
Believe me, if I'm talking to you and this is happening,
and suddenly you're like, meh. Okay, are you you have epilepsy? Right. Epileptic attack, or what? So
there's still some social cost, but in terms of just wearing them themselves, not really.
You don't look like somebody who's I
don't
know, trying to go to the bathroom and look at the dude next to something weird.
We'll see. There's